Victor Wembanyama just had a elite opening performance for the San Antonio Spurs, playing against the Dallas Mavericks with someone like Anthony Davis, who in 29 minutes, Victor Wembanyama dropped 40, 15, and 1 with 3 blocks on 70 from the field and 50 from 3. Victor Wembanyama is here, and he's here to make a big-time impact. So today we're going to break down this game, and we're going to look at what Victor Wembanyama has changed and how he can really elevate himself to become a top 5 player in this league by the end of this year. I think the biggest first thing to look at, of course, with someone like Wemby is the new scoring profile / how he was playing. So let's get right into it. So the first big thing I want to talk about here is that I'm liking that Victor's already taking advantage of his size, right? So he gets the move here with Lively and gets that little bit of separation and just completely elevates, right? Lively doesn't even leave his feet for the contest, so Victor just takes advantage of, if you're not going to jump with me, I'm going to just shoot over you like it's Kevin Durant, right? Then he gets Coop on him, right? And Coop sort of gets stuck because, again, now you had the in-between. Christie goes back over to Barnes, but tries to reach in. And at this point, I mean, he just is able to do whatever he wants, which I like, because, again, I like Victor starting to play more aggressive, going downhill. And then he gets the pump, moves over, and I love this action. Now, I don't know if it's an action, I guess, or just, the way that everything ended up working out, but then you get Harper, right? And Lively obviously is not trying to give up the 3 ball. Gets the jump, goes back to Harper. Harper, I love this instinctual, just like go, forces him to drive, and then again, just the complete height difference, right? To just completely slam it down on him. You got to do like Najee Marshall, and again, I just love the confidence Wemby has in playing in this post, playing in the mid-range, and forcing guys to really have to deal with his height difference, right? Because even here, right, Chrissy comes off, and again, Wemby just has complete comfort in this zone now. And then again, look at the switch he gets. Powell is just kind of sitting there in the back, but again, you might go, well, so that's a net miss, but I think the IQ, just the sheer shot selection from Wemby is drastically improving. And that, I think, is the scariest thing about it. Now, obviously, is he going to average 40 every game? Hell no. But I think that Wemby is showing signs of playing his game in a more aggressive style and not just being a complete settler. And I love this. So they start running, right? And Wemby goes slow to quick. He gets that extra stride, right? PJ Washington stuck, Powell's behind him. Just an easy grab and reverse for Wemby with Stephon Castle. And that is what I love. The slow to quick, Wemby's able to create, and then he gets AD outside, starts to back him down, and just gets the push. Like, Wemby is playing aggressive. And I think when he's playing aggressive, he will probably, I'm going to be honest, there's a very good chance Wemby ends up averaging about 28 to 30 this year. Because I think the aggression he's playing with, a lot of teams are going to either foul him then, and he's going to get a lot of free throws up, similar to Giannis, or he's going to have his way, and he's just going to get to that point just because, again, he's able to just back you down and just play like it's a whole different ball game. And then I want to get into what Wemby's sort of looking like here as a passer, and then even just the way he's been helping facilitate for this team. And then we can look at plays like this with Wemby, right? That's the screen assist that you're going to see coming up here. So Wemby's going to move up the floor. They're going to give it over to Castle. Then he's going to get the screen, right? And Wemby does a great job here of moving backwards, right? So you're going to see, again, the tip comes up, and then he moves to where he basically is guiding Castle to get towards the free throw line, right? And again, guy gets stuck on him, can't catch up. Clay can't catch up in time. After a quadruple bounce, you see that Wemby is able to get that shot to fall. So again, I think the way Wemby's going to create for this team is going to be very, very important. Then you can even look at an assist like this, right? So Wemby's going to get the steal, slows it down. And again, that slow to quick. And then the beautiful no look out to Champagnie, right? Gets the 3 ball to go. I think you're going to see a lot of this with Victor. It's funny because it's going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be Giannis-esque in terms of that drive and kick ability. Because just look at how much the floor shrank already, right? Because Wemby goes, picks up the speed, right? Coop kind of stops to make sure he's with his guy. AD's still here. You got Washington over there, so then there's no one really over there in time. A lot of looks. You're going to see a lot of assists like this from Wemby to that corner shooter, which I think, again, is going to continue to elevate his game. We're going to look at some other plays here from the previous season. Even when we look at a play like this, right? Wemby's going to get the move out into transition, right? With the steal, Chris Paul gets it, and they start running. And Wemby can be the run guy. And he can just, I think that's going to be the other fun part, is you're going to see a lot of Wemby being able to throw lobs or just easy layup passes. Because again, now he can operate in the post, he can operate in transition, and guys aren't really going to be able to do anything about it because, again, they don't have the height to contest the pass. Again, now you're going to have to mess up Wemby from the catch, which is possible for sure, but I think that if you really find a way for Wemby to continue to move at this level, he's going to be unstoppable. Like this season, I know he was only averaged 1 assist because he had 1 assist last game. I think this year he'll get up to 6. I probably expect Wemby's stat line this year to be 28 to 30, 13, and 6. And that is going to be insane. And then we're going to get into the defensive side of the ball, which we already saw just a few days ago. And then we already know. I mean, I talked about in my prediction video, this dude's going to win DPOY this year. And even a shot like this, which might be a goaltend, the way that Wemby is able to basically just set up this sonar on the rim, like, I love this too, because Wemby's able to wait and he trusts his defender, right? Like, Barnes does a good job here catching up to Coop, slowing him down so that Wemby can then just come around and get the block. So again, then Wemby is able to do what he needs to do. Champagne, he slows down PJ Washington. So when it goes over Lively, Victor is able to just take that out and keep things pushing. Again, I think what Victor is able to do once his teammates, and I'm sure their head coach has been, emphasizing this. If you can just slow down the lane, slow the paint down, I think this is going to be a very, very dangerous team defensively, because Wemby is going to be able to be funneled into, and then at that point, things are going to get dangerous. But now let's get into my thoughts about Wemby coming up this year. So before getting right into my thoughts, I wanted to let you guys know, me and my buddy Dream Hoops are going to be streaming on playback throughout the entirety of this NBA season. We just did one for opening night, and it was an absolute blast. I want to thank everyone who showed up. We're going to be doing it again Friday, but that's when I'm recording it, but there will be a post. So go ahead, join the playback. I'm going to put the link in the description, and we'll get right into it. But now we're getting into Victor Wembanyama, who I already gave my prediction stat line now after seeing what he's developed this year. He's going to average 28 to 30 points. I think Victor's going to hit that. I think you're going to see him, obviously, hit 11, 12, 13 rebounds, somewhere in that range. He's getting double digits. I think he's going to go up to 5 or 6 assists. Now, I'm not sure about what all the percentages are going to work out to, because I don't know. But I think Victor Wembanyama, for most people, I think by the All-Star break is going to say, most people are going to say, why is Victor not top 5? Or Victor already is cemented top 5. I think you're going to see a dude like Embiid possibly on the way out, and they really might just push for Victor. And I can't blame him, because the two-way play is just ridiculous. The dude can have a motor on offense, and then basically once you head in towards that paint, that dude could just, no, I'm good. You're not getting that one today. And just throw it into the stands. So to me, I think Victor Wembanyama is on his way to becoming a top 5 player. I think he's cemented his spot in the top 10 for me pretty easily. Not just because of this game, but skill set and everything in general. He's been moving up pretty quickly with each passing year. But coming into, this season now, I think Wemby is going to be unleashed. So let me know what you guys think of Victor Wembanyama. Do you guys already think he's top 5? Do you think he's top 10? Do you think he's top 15? Where do you rank Victor? And what do you predict the stat line to be? That's going to be a really good question. And then if you guys have joined the playback, come in and join. We'll be streaming 2 days a week. Guaranteed every time. We might have an occasional extra stream. Maybe one of us is wanting to just watch a little bit extra hoops with, with you guys. Or maybe we do, a super long day of a stream. But again, I wanted to thank you all really for everything. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. This was Emster Knows Hoops. Peace out.